Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode. This is Fisher Freshwater here. As you might have noticed, this Wednesday's video was not up, and that was because I haven't seen any new subscribers to this point. So if you know anyone who's interested in fishing and the outdoors, please let them come and subscribe. I am gonna try to hit 50 subs by the end of this month, so we're gonna see if we could reach that goal. Today's video is going to be about the most efficient way to catch bluegills, and I'll be explaining the rigs I use to efficiently catch more and bigger bluegills. So stay tuned for that. Also, before we start, I would like to give shout out to KY Guy Fishing. He makes awesome fishing content and he has a few giveaways recently. So if you want to enter for the giveaways, please go check out his channel, or if you're basically interested in fishing in general, I'll leave a link in the description below. Now let's get into it. So now I am gonna briefly explain to you the terminal tackle you would need in order to make this rig. But before any of that, I want to tell you my 3 secret, well, it's not a secret anymore since I posted this video onto YouTube, but my most important 3 keywords for bluegill fishing and sunfish fishing and even panfish fishing. And that is small, light, and sensitive. These 3 keywords would, I will promise you that they will give you success through fishing, especially for smaller species. And that is because these species don't go to that big, and their pole is very weak compared to bigger fish. So we really want to make our gears smaller, lighter, and way more sensitive. So first of all, the rod and reel you will need to use, and I use here, is a very flexible, as you see. This is a very flexible light action rod. And down here, I am using the smallest hook I could find on the in the tackle store, and that is a size 14 octopus hook. Or was it? Yeah, it's a circle hook. It doesn't really matter what type of hook you use. It really just depends on the size. You really want to get the size small. This one is a 14. Anywhere from 10 to 14 will work, but the smaller the better, as I would say. But you don't really want it to go too small, because otherwise the fish are going to be you could go hook them, and that's gonna be bad, because if you don't want to keep that fish, you'll have to likely kill it somehow. So it's not really good for catch and release fishing. And here we've got this very small bobber. If this is another float, this I like this a little more because it's more sensitive, but this one is these type of red and white bobbers are easy to clip on, so you could change them out faster. And here we just got some split shots. Today we're gonna show you 2 rigs. The first rig being the standard bobber rig. So for that, we just want to have the end of the line and tie it onto the hook. And be aware, if you are using these types of bobber, you want to insert the bobber first, then the hook. So because otherwise you won't be able to put it on. So I am just going to do that. So here we put this on, and I just tied a small improved clinch knot on this one. You can also do a clinch knot because it's for bluegill, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna just trim off this tag end real fast. We are done. So what we have is this very small hook, a bobber, and yeah, that's it. As I said, we want to keep it small, light, and sensitive. So right now, what we need to do is that we need to put a peg onto this bobber. And what is the peg, you may ask? you see here, usually all these types of bobbers come with a peg that looks like this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna insert the peg through it. I'm gonna put the camera down for a second. So we're gonna insert it like, just like plug it into it and adjust it onto like your fishing situation. Mainly, I won't suggest it. I won't suggest you to go anywhere above 2 feet because you really bluegill are best when you're fishing them during spawning season, which is most likely when you're gonna use a bobber rig because they're aggressive. They're upper and shallower places. You don't have to go as deep, so most likely you're fishing them during your spawning season, and in that case we're gonna be pretty shallow. So, and in the upper middle water column, so you don't need like a whole bunch of lines. So what I have here, you might hard to see, is just like about 1.5 feet. That's mainly what I use. Sometimes I'll even downgrade it up to 1 foot when I just see bluegills cruising around along the shoreline and I want to catch them either for food or for bait or just like for fun. So now I am going to show you the split shot rig. This rig you use for the other situation, which is when they're not spawning, they're in deeper situations. You want to get these small split shots to help you sink to bottom. And these split shots I generally would use. I think these are 1/32 or these are 1/32 ounce. So you could use 1 or 2 depending on your fishing situation. If they're just like close to a bottom or not very close or like just like king above the bottom, you could just use 1. If they're sticking dead to a bottom, you could use 2. And you could, since these are pretty light, if you've got 1/64 ounce ones, it would be better. Because you could just pair them up with a bobbers and use them as a bobber rig as extra way for casting distance. And when you do that, I would suggest you to use smaller ones because the smaller the better. Otherwise, it's not gonna be sensitive enough. So, just like that, we're gonna tie a knot of your choice onto a main line. And I've got my knot series playlist. If you want to check them out, I'll leave them in the description down below, or you can search for them in my channel playlists. So as you see here, I just tied an improved clinch knot, and just left no track. And then now we have a bare hook, and then like this is also depending on your fishing situation. But if you the bluegills are getting finicky, you could I would suggest like 1.5 to 2 feet above a hook, you wanna tie down your weight. And how you're gonna do that is that you're just gonna fit a weight inside. And so in order to do that, you're gonna need the split shot. And you're going to put the line into the split shot, the opening of it. You want to hold it there, you don't want the line to escape. And then here you just want to have plier coming and just pinch it. And good. And then you're good to go. Right. And you see we've got we're just gonna scrub everything off right now. So you see we've got the line, and down the line we've got the hook. And this is a split shot rig. And the reason I use this instead of Carolina rig is because this is a lot more sensitive and light, which is 2 of the most keywords. And well, I mean, it is also very small since with a 1/32 ounce. So this totally required me to standards of the three keywords, which is what you want to keep in mind when you go bluegill fishing or fishing for any panfish slash